All right, good morning, everyone. We are going to wait a few more minutes until more of you start to come in. All right. Okay, welcome and good morning to our class for today. Today we're going to continue with Unit 5, Let's Experiment. So, this is what we're going to do today. We are going to look into vocabulary and listening, and we're also going to do some listening activities. Alright, so these are the lesson objective for today. So during today's lesson, you will learn a set of words related to science, and we're also going to listen for specific information. Okay, let's look at these words. Science. Okay, when talking about science, what word come into your mind? Okay, kalau kita cakap pasal science, apa benda yang terlintas di fikiran awak? Okay, write your answer in the live chat section and I will share your answers on the screen here. Okay, tulis jawapan awak dekat live chat, nanti saya share dekat screen ni lah. Okay, so when we're talking about science, bila cakap pasal science, apa yang terlintas di fikiran awak? Okay, what's in your mind when I say science? Bila cakap pasal science, apa yang ada? Okay, apa yang terlintas di fikiran awak bila cakap pasal science? Can you hear me? Alright, let's look at the answer. Okay, examples of things that can come. Okay. This chemistry, biology, physics, botany. Botany is a study of plants, zoology and geology. Okay, ada banyak lagi. Okay, fields, bidang sains. Okay, but you can also say something like experiment. Okay, and it will be correct because experiments is related to science. Experiment pun berkait dengan science. Okay, let's look at these words. Okay, these are all science words. We're going to listen to an audio. Okay, listen to the correct pronunciation for these words. So,
Listening. Science.
okay, again.
Unit 5. Vocabulary and listening. Science in the classroom. Exercise 1.
Laboratory. Test tube. Thermometer. Explosion. Pressure. Jug. Gas. Liquid. Gravity. Temperature. Air. Bubbles. Acid. Chemical reaction.
Okay, could you hear something's wrong here. Okay, I'm going to let you listen for these words again.
Unit 5. Vocabulary and Listening. Science in the Classroom. Exercise 1.
Laboratory. Test tube. Thermometer. Explosion. Pressure. Jug. Gas. Liquid. Gravity. Temperature. Air. Bubbles. Acid. Chemical reaction.
Alright, just now, what you heard just now was the correct pronunciation for these science words. Okay, so we have laboratory, test tube, thermometer, explosion, pressure, jug, gas, and others. Okay, which of these words are pieces of equipment that a scientist uses? Okay, antara semua kataan ni, okay, which are pieces of equipment? Okay, pieces of equipment adalah macam barang-barang that a scientist use. Okay, mana antara semua ni barang-barang yang scientist guna? Pieces of equipment that a scientist use. You can write your answer in the live chat section like Jessica here. Okay, you can see, and then I can share your answer on the screen here. So can you tell me which words are pieces of equipment that a scientist uses? Okay, I'll give you a clue. There are three, but you can give me one. Okay, piece of equipment that the scientist uses. Do you know? Mana barang-barang yang saintis guna untuk dia punya eksperimen? Can you tell me the answer? Okay, let's look at the words which are pieces of equipment that a scientist uses. So a scientist uses a test tube, a thermometer, and also a jug. Okay. Alright, Jessica said here cylinder. Okay, however, as you can see, there's no cylinder here. Okay, your answer must be within the words in the screen right now. Cylinder bukan ada dalam screen, nampak tak ada cylinder, okay? But you can say test tube. Test tube is yang macam ni, okay? Lebih kurang macam di gambar ni. And then this is like a jug. And then thermometer, you know what's a thermometer. Alright. Now we're going to listen to an audio, and what you have to do is listen and complete the instruction for a chemical experiment with words that we have learned just now. Okay, if you cannot see this picture clearly, you can open your past 2 page 55. Okay, I'm going to show you. Okay. While listening to this audio, while listening to the next audio we're going to listen after this, okay, please refer to past 2 textbook page 55. Okay, you will see this exploding bag experiment.
And listening. Science in the classroom. Exercise 2. The exploding bag. In the school laboratory, you can try this fun experiment. You will need the following equipment: a plastic bag with a zip, a measuring jug, warm water, vinegar, baking soda.
First, put 100 milliliters of warm water and 200 milliliters of vinegar into the bag. The temperature of the water shouldn't be higher than 60 degrees Celsius. Next, add 3 spoons of baking soda to the bag of liquid. Quickly close the bag with the zip. Watch as a gas called carbon dioxide is produced inside the bag. Can you see the bubbles? Now, here's the fun bit. The bag will get bigger and bigger until there is an explosion.
All right. Hopefully you can hear the audio just now. So let's look at the answer for this question. The exploding bag. In the school, blank, you can try this fun experiment. Do you know what's the answer for number 1? In the school, you can try this fun experiment. In the school laboratory, okay, you can try this fun experiment. You will need the following equipment: a plastic bag with a zip, a measuring. What do you think the answer for number 2? Okay, this is answer for number 1. Laboratory, LABORATORY. Okay, what do you think is number 2? So Thisika think it is a jug, a measuring jug. Okay, let's see whether Thisika is correct. Yes, it is a measuring jug. Okay, warm water, vinegar, baking soda. Vinegar here is cuka. First, put 100 milliliter of warm water and 200 milliliter of vinegar into the bag. What's the saying is the answer for number 3. The of water shouldn't be higher than 60 degrees Celsius. The gas, do you think it's correct? Let's look at the answer for number 3. The temperature of the water. Okay, suhu. We're talking about, yes, suhu. Okay, so this is the correct answer. The temperature of the water shouldn't be higher than 60 degrees Celsius. When you see the word here, 60 degrees Celsius, usually is referring to the temperature. Temperature is suhu. Okay, kalau cakap pasal degree Celsius, biasanya suhu lah, the temperature. Next, add 3 spoons of baking soda to the bag of what? What's the answer for number 4? To the bag of So Thisika think it's liquid. Let's see whether Thisika and Abshar is correct here. Okay, so the answer is liquid. So Abshar and Thisika are both correct. Next, add 3 spoons of baking soda to the bags of liquid. Quickly close the bag with a zip. Watch as a blank called carbon dioxide is produced inside the bag. So what do you think is the answer for number 5? quickly close the bag with a zip. Watch as a... Okay, so Tisika and Abshas said the answer is gas. Okay, let's see whether both of them are correct. Yes, watch. As a gas called carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide is carbon dioxide. Okay, it's produced inside the bag. So number 6, can you see what can you see for number 6? What happened? Okay, when carbon dioxide is produced inside the bag. Okay, so Tisika thing is the answer is bubbles. Okay, let's see whether Tisika is correct. Yes, can you see the bubbles? Okay, now here's the fun bit. The bag will get bigger and bigger until there is an... What do you think is the answer for number 7? Until there is an... Alright, let's look at the answer for number 7. An explosion. Explosion means letupan. Okay, meaning that when you put warm water, vinegar, and baking soda into the bag, okay, carbon dioxide will be produced, okay, until you see the bubbles. And when there are a lot of bubbles in the bag, okay, lastly, there will be an explosion. Okay, exploding is meletup. Okay, exploding is meletup. Explosion is letupan. Okay. Alright, now we're going to do a live quiz. I'm going to share you the screen. Oops. I'm going to share you another screen. Alright, now we're going to do a quiz, okay, a listening quiz based on the words that we have learned just now. There, there are only 5 questions, and we're going to do one by one together. Alright, you can click joinmyquiz.com and enter this game code, but I'm also going to share the link on the live chat section and also on the Telegram group. Okay, just click on the link on the Telegram group or on the live chat section, or you can just find joinmyquiz.com and enter this game code 607393. Okay, so now we have Alia and Tisika. Okay, we're going to start a quiz now. We're going to start a quiz. For others, you can join later. Okay, so this is a question. If you mix vinegar and baking soda, there is a chemical bubble, chemical thermometer, chemical laboratory, chemical gas, or chemical reaction. What do you think is the answer for this question? So everyone answered, so both Jessica and Alia answered bubbles, which is wrong. So the correct answer is chemical reaction. Chemical reaction is apa? I'm not sure how it is in Malay. Okay, a blank like carbon dioxide needs a lot of space. So, a blank like carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide ni sejenis apa? Okay, so congratulations to all three participants because everyone got it correct. A gas like carbon dioxide needs a lot of space. Experiments like this should be done in a safe environment such as a. Jadi biasanya eksperimen kena buat dalam keadaan yang selamat, persekitaran yang selamat seperti mana? Where do you usually do experiment with teachers? So let's look at everyone's answer. So one got it correct. So two of you got it correct. Laboratory, biasanya experiment like this should be done in a safe environment such as laboratory. Laboratory is a makmal. Okay. Jadi reaction ni bukan tempat lah. Check the temperature of water with a. So how do you check the temperature of water? Of water, not of water. How do you check the temperature of water? Temperature here means suhu. So how do you check the temperature? Okay, so everybody got it correct. Thermometer. You check the temperature of water with a thermometer. Okay, the last question. The mixture of vinegar and baking soda fizzes and produces. Okay, bila campur vinegar cuka dengan baking soda, okay, it fizz, berbuih tu, and produce what? So we're waiting for Zulaika. Okay, let's look whether everybody got it correct. So the correct answer is bubbles. Okay, maknanya bila kita mix vinegar and baking soda, it produce bubbles, not reaction. Reaction is tindak balas, if I'm not mistaken in Malay. Okay, so that's all. Okay, you just answered all 5 questions. So we're going back to the slide. So congratulations to Sisika, Alia, and Zulaika who participated in the quiz just now. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next slide. Okay, now we're going to listen to another audio, a different audio, and we're going to listen to a science teacher carrying out a classroom experiment. Okay, kita akan dengar cikgu yang tengah buat eksperimen. Okay, and then what you have to do is put the steps in order. Okay, ada anak nampak A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, these are steps of an experiment. Okay, langkah-langkah untuk buat eksperimen, tapi dia tak duduk dalam the correct order. Maknanya turutan dia tak betul. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to an audio. Okay, and then while listening to the audio, you're going to have to put these steps in order. Maknanya mana mula dulu, mana nombor 1, mana yang langkah nombor 2, mana langkah nombor 3. Okay, and etc. Okay, as usual, please refer to Pulse 2 page 55 for the questions for a clearer picture of this experiment. I'm going to put
Listening. A classroom experiment. Exercise 4.
If you turn a glass of water upside down, what happens?
It goes all over the floor.
That's right. Thank you, Simon. And why does it go all over the floor?
Because water is heavier than air.
Exactly. And gravity makes the water fall. But that doesn't always happen. Here's a glass. Tom, can you fill it with water from the jug for me, please?
Yes, Mr. Marston. Here you are.
Thank you, Tom. So, we have the jug and glass. The only other equipment I need is this piece of cardboard. Now, I'm going to put this cardboard on top of the glass of water and turn it upside down. Then I'll take my hand away, but none of the water will go on the floor. Do you believe me?
No.
Okay, watch. Now this is the difficult bit. When I put the cardboard on top of the glass, I have to make sure no air gets inside. If there are any air bubbles in the water, it won't work. Right. I think that's okay. Now, watch. Look, I've taken my hand away and the water has stayed in the glass. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so can anyone explain why that happened? Why didn't the water go all over my feet? I'll give you a clue. It's to do with air pressure. Yes, Emily.
Well, because there was no air inside the glass, the air pressure from outside the glass was greater than the pressure of water inside the glass. That's why the water stayed where it was.
Exactly. Well done, Emily. Did you all get that? The reason the water stayed in the glass was because the air pressure outside of the glass was greater than the air pressure.
Alright, let's try to put the steps in order. So, do you know which one, A, B, C, D, and E, is the first step? Can you tell me which one of A, B, C, and D is the first step of this experiment? Let's see what's the first step. So E is the first step. Okay, E is step 1. then which one, A, B, C, and D, is the second step of this experiment? Which one is the second step of the experiment? Do you know which one is the second step? So C is the second step of the experiment. Okay, C is the second step of the experiment. Okay, what about the third step? Step 3. Which one is the step 3 for the experiment? Can you tell me which one is step 3? Step 3 is D. Okay, this is step 3. Okay, can you tell me step 4 of the experiment? Step 4. Which one is the step 4? Okay, so A is step 4. Okay, dia terangkupkan gelas tu. Alright. So A is step 4. Lastly, which one is step 5 of the experiment? Step 5 of the experiment. So lastly, B is the 5th step of the experiment. Okay, B is the 5th step of the experiment. So these are the answer. So we have E, C, D, A, and B. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to do a true-false exercise. Okay, true-false exercise. But what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the audio again. Okay, nanti kita kena dengar lagi yang audio tadi tu. Okay, and listen whether the statement here are true or false. Okay, the teacher fills the glass with water. Is it the teacher who fills the glass with water? Is this true or false? Maknanya cikgu ke yang isi air tu dengan isi gelas tu dengan air? Okay, so we're going to listen to the audio again and then listen whether these sentences are true or false.
And listening. A classroom experiment. Exercise 4.
If you turn a glass of water upside down, what happens?
It goes all over the floor.
That's right. Thank you, Simon. And why does it go all over the floor?
Because water is heavier than air.
Exactly. And gravity makes the water fall. But that doesn't always happen. Here's a glass. Tom, can you fill it with water from the jug for me, please?
Yes, Mr. Marston. Here you are.
Thank you, Tom. So, we have the jug and glass. The only other equipment I need is this piece of cardboard. Now, I'm going to put this cardboard on top of the glass of water and turn it upside down. Then I'll take my hand away, but none of the water will go on the floor. Do you believe me?
No.
Okay. Watch. Now this is the difficult bit. When I put the cardboard on top of the glass, I have to make sure no air gets inside. if there are any air bubbles in the water, it won't work. Right. I think that's okay. Now, watch. Look, I've taken my hand away and the water has stayed in the glass. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so can anyone explain why that happened? Why didn't the water go all over my feet? I'll give you a clue. It's to do with air pressure. Yes, Emily.
Well, because there was no air inside the glass, the air pressure from outside the glass was greater than the pressure of water inside the glass. That's why the water stayed where it was.
Exactly. Well done, Emily. Did you all get that? The reason the water stayed in the glass was because the air pressure outside of the glass was greater than the air pressure.
All right. Hopefully you were able to listen to the audio just now. Okay, let's look at the answers. The teacher fills the glass with water. Is it true or false? Can you tell me in the live chat section whether this statement is true or false? The teacher fills the glass with water. Okay, let's look at the answer. Okay, it's false because Tom fills the glass with water. It's not the teacher, but Tom who fills the glass with water. Okay, let's look at number 2. He makes sure there is. Okay, number 2, he makes sure there is air inside the glass. Is this correct? Is this statement true or false? He makes sure there is air inside the glass. Okay, can you tell me the answer for number 2? Is this statement true or false? He makes sure there is air inside the glass. False because he makes sure there is no air inside the glass. Okay, jadi dia pastikan bahawa tak ada udara dalam gelas tu. He makes sure there is no air inside the glass. So this statement is false. False tu salah lah. The water doesn't come out of the glass. The water doesn't come out of the glass. Air tak keluar daripada gelas tu. Is this statement true or false? Is this statement true or false? The water doesn't come out of the glass. So what do you think is the answer? The answer is true. Okay, this statement is true. Air tak keluar daripada gelas tu. And then the experiment is successful. The experiment is successful. Experiment ni berjaya. Okay, the experiment is successful. Jadi, is it true or false? Is this a true or false statement? The experiment is successful. Okay, eksperimen ni berjaya. Betul ke salah? Alright, let's look at the correct answer. This statement, okay. Alright, Zuleika is quite a bit late, okay? But the experiment is successful. Okay, berjaya. Eksperimen tu berjaya. Alright, lastly, number 5. Emily's explanation is wrong. Emily's explanation is wrong. Apa? Explanation is penerangan. Penerangan Emily salah. Okay, so is this statement true or false? Can you tell me whether this statement is true or false? For number 5. Okay, let's look at the answer. So Emily's explanation is wrong is a false statement. Salah, because Emily's explanation is correct. Sebab apa nama ni penerangan Emily tu betul lah. Okay, kenapa air tu tak keluar? Alright, so Emily's explanation is correct. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, that's all for today. So we only have we don't have homework today. Alright, so your awak punya yang datang kelas hari ni kita kira sebagai datang lah. So can you tell me who is Absyar Firdan? Siapa Absyar Firdan ni? Can you tell me who is Absyar Firdan? Absyar Firdan, can you write your real name in the live chat section? Alright, don't worry, I'm going to ask again in the Telegram group later. Okay, so thank you for listening. Thank you for joining the class today. I'll see you again next week.